And we're live.
Hi, I'm Jesse,
I'm Joey.
and
We
we
are
are
the
the
parents
parents
of
of
the
the JMJ
JMJ Kids.
Kids.
And welcome
Welcome
to
to
It's
Time
Time
Couple
Couple
Power.
Power.
Tonight we'll be talking about financial literacy for couples. Ito yung mga practices about financial matters that
We're supposed to know.
we supposed to know, and it's better pag earlier in the marriage nalalaman na ng husband and wife.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi it would make it easier for them to handle their finances later on in their relationships. Kasi
Oily. Ayan, dapat may oil. Dali. I don't have your guide. Alright, so very important topic. Kaya, di ba, before marriage, merong seminar si Father about this. Meron ba?
meron yun,
Ah,
pray ka na.
yes. However, parang hindi niya nadidiscuss to. Kaya nga, di ba, parang sabi ko, bakit kaya hindi tayo makipag-partner doon sa mga pare na mag-set tayo ng financial literacy seminars, no? I-include dito sa pre-kana nila. So that the couple would know what to do sa finances. Kasi this is very, very important in one's union. Because money is,
Money is not everything,
yes,
but it
but
really affects the stuff that are very important in your
yeah,
marriage, in your family, in your relationships.
it does affect a lot in
Sabi
the
nga nila,
marriage.
sabi nga nila, money does not uh, give you happiness. Parang sabi na, yun ang paraging sinasabi.
Sila
But,
yun, it does give me happiness, so much happiness.
No. What money can do is make the stuff that makes you happy easy to get or accessible.
Okay.
Yun.
So
Kahit-
it's a tool.
yeah,
It's a tool to give us happiness, parang
to
gano'n.
get the stuff
Eh,
that
totoo
makes
naman,
you
lahat
happy.
naman, everything naman that you want
Yeah,
in
halimbawa,
life, kailangan ng pera.
Yeah, halimbawa masaya ka nagta-travel.
Hindi
Well, you
kasi
need
pa,
money
at saka sinasabi nila like,
to go traveling.
number one is, as long as we're together.
Yeah.
Tapos, yes, you can be together, pero kung wala kayong pera, paano naman
gutom
yun?
din kayo.
Exactly.
Paano you're together?
Alright,
Ano
so,
ba?
how do we start this? How do you start tong financial literacy na to sa for couple? So, number one, as boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang, check nyo na kung meron silang insurance policy. Joke. Insured ba yan? May investment ba yan? Hindi. Kung at least financially literate sana.
Tsaka mas maganda kung both.
Yes.
Husband and wife dapat financially
So,
literate.
yung financial literacy is what? In simple terms, kung boyfriend-girlfriend pa lang, bago pa mag-asawa, ano ibig sabihin nun? May at least man lang marunong mag-ipon. Yung knowledge on savings, kahit na mababaw,
kahit sa bangko
mababaw
lang.
na knowledge yan. Yung tipong makikita mo naman kung gastador o
May marunong mag-save.
actually, kahit gastador, basta, kunyari may gusto siya, tapos pero pinag-iipunan niya, so marunong pa rin mag-save, di ba? So, hindi yung basta nawawala na lang yung pera. So, pero kami nung nag-start tayo, wala kaming alam. As in, wala akong alam.
Yes, zero.
Ikaw,
Eh,
alam ka ba?
Yung alam ko lang dati is yung mag-save sa bangko. Kasi nakikita natin sa mga advertisement, di ba?
Mag-save.
Mag-save
Pero
sa
may
bangko.
savings ka ba nun? Wala
Wala.
rin.
Wala.
Alam mo lang, pero hindi mo ginawa. So, iba pala yun. Hindi lang pala financial knowledge. Tama pala, meron implementation. No? That's a tip na ha. Pero tayo nung bago tayo, again, siguro dahil hindi siya tinuro sa atin, parang sinasabi lang palagi ng parents natin, magtipid, mag-ipon, pero wala talaga yung implementation na ginawa, although we have our own bank accounts, pero dumadaan lang talaga yung pera
Parang
doon.
tingnan mo, ang nangyayari kasi is okay, sabi nila, mag-save. Now, nakikita mong lumalaki yung nasa bangko mo, mag-isip ka, yung unang isipin mo is yung paano mo
Saan mo siya
gastusin
gastusin?
di ba?
Yes.
Tsaka pag may nakita ka na, alimbawa, nakita kang, let's say, damit, iisipin mo agad na, kaya ko kasi
Kasi meron ka
ako
dun
sa
sa
bangko
bangko.
eh.
Yeah.
Dapat ang itinuro nila sa atin is, okay, nag-save ka, saan mo naman
For what
ilalagay yun?
purpose? Yes. So, ngayon alam na natin yan.
Yes.
Pero siguro, yun na nga, nung boyfriend, girlfriend, at least man lang merong financial knowledge on, kahit na shallow knowledge on savings. So, at least nagsisave. Okay? So, may alam kung paano magtipid.
Alam mo, meron din, alam natin, di ba, ipon tayo ng 5 pesos doon sa
Ayan.
sa
Nga pala.
can.
Yes, we did that. Nag-ipon tayo kasi uso yung 5 pesos noon na coin, bago pa lang yon. So, sa isang Coke in can, pinuno namin siya. Tapos, yun na.
Pagkapuno noon, 1,000 yun.
1,000 pesos. Tapos, alam niyo kung saan namin ginastos. Nag-date lang kami sa Marios. Ubos yun. Grabe, no? Parang,
Uy,
and
at
that
least,
was
98.
98, for goodness
1998.
sake. 1,000 pesos in Marios. That's already like social na
Naman,
place.
social naman.
So, parang, ang mahal na nun na for us. Kasi boyfriend, girlfriend pa lang tayo.
Estudyante pa tayo nun eh. Pero at least inipon natin yun.
Yes,
Diba?
inipon natin yun. Pero yun na nga, nung nag-asawa tayo, wala tayong alam.
Mhm.
Kaya tuloy, from 98, nung kinasal tayo, and then we took the bar in 99, na binagsak naman namin. Pero during the review, nandito tayo nun sa Manila. And then we looked for a job. Tapos yun na, may mga trabaho na tayo. Tapos yun na, since ang pinag-ipunan pala natin yun was kasal.
Yung kasal
Kasi we got married civilly.
1998.
98. And then, pinag-ipunan natin yung kasal natin sa church. And that's 2 years in the making kasi 98 tayo kinasal.
2000.
Tapos tama 2 years in
yeah.
planning pero 1 year na savings kasi 2000 tayo kinasal in church.
Yeah.
So yun pala yun, pinag-ipunan namin yung kasal. Pero ang maganda dito, hindi masyado sa more on gastos but
Hindi sa mga luho.
tipid
Hindi
tayo,
naman,
tipid tayo dun sa like sa church wedding, pero ang pinaggastusan lang natin doon ng madami was for the food and for the honeymoon. Kasi yung honeymoon, plinano natin na sa Hong Kong tayo and kasama namin mama ko. So yun ang pinagplanuhan namin. So nag-save kami for that. And then yun na nga, since wala pa rin kami masyadong alam, just mag-save ka lang pag meron kang iniisip na goal. Pero other than that, wala na talaga kaming masyadong alam. So hanggang ganun lang palagi. Parang if you think of something, sige, pag-ipunan mo yan and then gastusin. Ipon, then gastos. Wala talaga yung investment. Kasi savings is just like putting it somewhere na hindi naman nag-earn talaga ng malaking interest. Kasi nga, parang in a short period, gagamitin mo rin siya. Yung investment naman is more on long term. Yung pagbili ng bahay, kotse, sa college education, or sa retirement. We never knew that. So, nung nagpunta na tayo ng Canada, nagpamilya na tayo, wala talaga kaming alam sa savings or investments. So, laging ubos ang pera. Ay, grabe talaga. Pero, alam mo yun, the usual na sa pag nag-asawa, ganun lang talaga, parang give and take, give and take. So, during that time when we were in Canada, ikaw yung nag-work, ako sa bahay, kasi nga, kasi ako na yung may pamilya. Ako na yung mag-raise ng mga bata. So, that was the agreement. And siya naman kasi parang 2 jobs, no? Yung mga ganun, nag-double job or triple job, yung mga sideline. Kaya doon ka sa Canada, kailangan yung ganyan dahil wala na kaming kasama noon eh. So it was just us. So I raised the kids, tapos sunod-sunod pa yan, hagdan. one after the other. So mahirap on our part. Talagang, even if you wanted to save, even siguro kung may natutunan na namin, whatever, hindi pa rin namin magagawa because ang priority na at that time was to raise the kids.
Mga bata na, nag-iba na yung priority.
Iba na yung priority, hindi na lang kami. So, pero still, if we had known something na ganito dapat ginawa, kasi pwede naman pala magtipid-tipid, siguro mas nakaipon kami. Lalo na yung nagpapadala sana tayo dito sa Pilipinas for, di ba?
Kahit pa konti-konti lang.
Yeah, kahit nga $100
Kasi malaki naman conversion.
Yeah.
So, at least nakaipon sana tayo.
So, yun. sa pag mag-boyfriend, girlfriend pa lang, siguro ngayon, there's no more excuse for you not to know anything about finances kasi ang dami ng
Daming resources.
Dami
Tapos
ng
easy na ngayon,
resources.
yung internet, yung mga ganun. Di ba? Dati wala yun eh.
Dati wala masyadong mga nag-a-advise sa atin ng mga ganyan, wala nag-seminar, pero ngayon ang dami na. So there's no more excuse for you not to know or learn about how to handle your finances. So, tayo ngayon, i-share na lang namin sa inyo yung ginawa namin. Now that we knew, and we learned this in
Ano yan? 20,
no, 2009. Mga 2009 na. Now when we came back from Canada. Well, actually, hindi pa pala. 2011 talaga.
2011 talaga kasi doon
Yeah.
pa tayo naging active sa mga...
Yes, nalaman pala natin to 2011. And when we learned about it, it was through the book of Brother Bo Sanchez, yung My Made Invest in the Stock Market. Mamaya i-share kaya natin yun, no? Yung journey. Or I can share it now. Or did you want to start muna with this? Yung topic
Tapusin
mo.
na natin to para at least alam
Okay,
may
sige.
meron silang overview.
Alright, so ikaw. Or did you want us to, ano muna, yung journey muna natin?
Okay, sige.
Diba?
Kasi ano naman to na-integrate dun, di ba?
Yeah.
Sige, yun na lang.
So,
So we'll be sharing yung aming journey from zero to multi-millionario.
I can see,
Sorry.
yan. Yan. Ito yung, share lang muna namin ito. Kasi nga, ito yung naging story namin. Since wala kami alam noon. Tapos, noong 2011 lang kami natuto. Ito siya. So, tama yan, no? 1998 to 2010, yan yung time na kinasal tayo until yung wala talaga kaming alam sa savings. So, 0 in savings. And then, we went back here. And then, nabasa ko nga yung My Made Invest in the Stock Market. And dun sa libro na to, ako pa lang nagbasa nito, no?
Ano yan?
Ano na ako nito, call center agent na ako. Nung nabasa ko to, sabi ko, ang galing naman. Kung yung katulong ni Brother Bo Sanchez, nagawa niyang ganito, di lalo na tayo kasi 'di ba may income na. So why not, 'di ba? So ginaya ko lang 'yan. Tapos engot ko pa kasi hindi ko alam talaga kung ano yung nakalagay na stocks. Yun yung binili ko.
Pero ano, pwede pa naman yun siguro.
Ayun yung binili ko.
Blue chips.
Oo. Ginaya ko kung ano yung nakasulat doon. Pero yung pala,
parang guide lang, parang ano lang yun, demonstration lang.
Yeah, a demonstration. At saka kasi, di ba, parang yung sa sum table ni Brother Bo Sanchez, iba-iba yung,
nag-iiba.
nire-recommend nila na stocks, but doesn't matter. Ang una kong binili, Ali.
Ganda naman.
Ayan. So, nung nalaman ko na to, inipon ko pa guys yung 5,000 pesos. Kasi nga, 5,000 to start with COL. So, nag-open kami ng COL, yan. Tapos, nakabili ako ng 3 stocks dito. And then, eto maganda. Noong 2012, naging boss ko si Brother Bo Sanchez. Actually, ikaw boss muna siya noon, no? Nauna siya. And then, he recommended me. Tapos kasi naghahanap si Brother Bo Sanchez ng additional staff nila. And then, I got hired, and then ako yung nag-handle ng Truly Rich Club. I became the concierge director for TRC. Tapos yun na, doon na sunod-sunod, nag-open na kami ng additional accounts every time na makakaipon. Even yung our kids, we were able to open COL accounts for them kasi yun yung alam namin, no, stock market. And then ito na, nung 2013, napasok naman ako sa Sun Life. So, ang dami-dami ng knowledge and mga information na we implemented, no? So, may insurance na, about mutual fund.
Yeah, doon na talaga nag-open lahat yung
knowledge talaga. Knowledge
finances.
muna. And then, action. So, dapat i-implement mo rin. Hindi ka tulad nung dati. May knowledge nga kami. Yung mga kami nag-iipon talaga ng todo-todo. So, ito, ini-implement na namin every time that we would hear parang new information, tinatry na namin agad. So, I think this was the time na medyo ready na tayo. Kasi nga, paano na at least...
Saka at that time kasi, yung, di ba yung step by step na procedure kasi?
Yeah.
Diba?
May guide.
May guide
iba
ka
talaga
na.
pag may guidance. We were guided by Brother Bo Sanchez.
Kasi maririnig natin noon pa na, sige, mag-save. Okay,
wala talagang mentorship,
anong next?
yes.
Di ba, anong next na step dito? Wala Pero dito, meron
Yeah, ito may mentorship na tayo, may guidance na tayo. At saka, siguro medyo mature na rin tayo kasi hindi man na rin. At saka yun pala, we were ready to be rich. Like really ready. We really wanted, we were sick and tired of our financial life din. Sabi namin, ayaw na namin ng ganito. Kasi nga may mga bata na eh. And you know what, pag may mga anak na kayo, mag-iiba at mag-iiba eh. Parang, wanna sacrifice more kasi you want to give the best for your children. So parang hindi na pwede yung mga wala ka talagang alam. Kaya meron ka na lang gawin. And then, noong 2014, so nag-join na kami, no? And again, knowledge plus implementation ang ginawa namin dito. And by 2014, we were able to turn our financial life around. And ilang years lang yan, 11, 12, 13, 14. In 3 years time, we were able to, start na. We were able to buy our car, and then dire-diretso na yan. Tapos yung mga travels na-enjoy na rin natin yung mga konti-konti nating savings, no? So, that was our financial journey, guys, talaga. Kaya ito, right now, we call ourselves, yung journey was from zero to multi-millionaryo, but we don't have multi-millions now. Kasi itong multi-millions na to, it's in the form of investments na magiging multi-millions pa lang later on. Kaya multi-millionaryo. Kasi hindi pwedeng hindi naman siya maging multi-millionaryo dahil nga naka-invest na siya eh. As ang dami na. You see, we have about 50 Sun Life policies already. Meron na kaming COL accounts. Meron na din kaming mutual fund accounts. At kung ano-ano pa yung mga naipon. And later on, of course, mag-appreciate naman in value itong mga to. No? So, that's the reason why we call that a journey from zero to multi-millionaryo. And ito yung mga ginawa namin na savings talaga. For the ways to start our journey. Number one is sobrang laki ng gastos ng private education. So when we came back, yun talaga yung naisip namin. Kasi si JJ, when we came back, we enrolled him in Don Bosco. And then sabi namin, ako parang hindi naman, basta parang hindi naging maganda yung experience si JJ doon. So we were thinking, hindi kaya dahil Inglesero siya and
galing
also
siya ng, sabi natin, galing
siya
ng
Canada. And ako, honor student ang anak namin when we were in Canada. Talagang, ang galing dito. Magaling si JJ. From kinder to grade 2, ang galing niya talaga. So lagi siyang honor student. And we were thinking, di kaya dapat international school, yabang pa eh. No? Kasi, di ba, you wanted to give the best for your kids eh. So in international school namin siya, my gosh, okay naman, magaling yung international school niya. But the problem was, financially, susunod na kasi si JM noon eh, no? Si JM naman, parang like a year after, nag-kinder din siya sa Don Bosco, pero parang inisip namin, pag pinagsabay muna tong dalawa, kawawa na tayo, hindi na tayo talaga makakaipon. And if you really wanted to get rich, hindi ka pwedeng nagyayabang, hindi ka pwedeng aaminin mo sa sarili mo na okay lang, makikipagsabayan ako sa society, sa mga classmates natin. Hindi talaga pwede. So, number one is you really have to be aware ano yung financial situation. Aaminin mo talaga. If hindi kaya, then hindi kaya. Pwede naman mag-public school ang bata. Pero yun na nga, do you want that?
Yeah.
Hindi sa inano natin ng public schooling. I mean, I came from public school and maganda yung public school system before, during our time. Kasi English ang medium of instruction at that time. At saka may GMRC. And the quality was really good.
Yes, ang problema ngayon is yung ratio ng teacher to students. One teacher to what? 70, 80 students. Hindi talaga matututo.
So may talaga, may difference talaga in the quality, no? Yes. So hindi natin inaapi ang public education, pero
kahit na ang galing-galing ng teacher kung for that amount of students na
hindi talaga
80, wala, madidistract ka talaga kasi hindi iba-iba yung mga estudyante eh, di ba?
Right. And that's why we looked for other ways. And yun na nga, yung homeschooling. Sa homeschooling, medyo mas maliit ang tuition. So, nakaya namin mag-homeschool for a time. And then, yun na nga din, because of, number one, finance ulit. Number two is yung schedule natin kasi naiba na yung schedule natin sa work. And hindi natin hindi nag-swak ang ating
kasi
schedule sa homeschooling.
Palagi tayong nasa labas eh, di ba?
Yes.
We're always traveling locally
and
naman.
Work. Kaya so hindi sila nag-jive, so we had to unschool, meaning wala na tayong provider. So yun, dun tayo talagang mas naging okay.
Isa pa, ayaw nating may katulong. Ayaw natin kasi nasanay
so,
kami na hands-on kami talaga.
Hands-on tayo sa mga bata. So talagang walang makakatulong sa pag-aalaga ng kids. So kami na lang talaga. So anyway, yung homeschooling na ginawa natin, sobra na tayo nakatipid kasi wala ng tuition fee. Nung nangyari yon, mas na-feel namin na okay, we have some extra funds sa natin to dadalahin. Dinala namin sa extracurricular activities ng mga bata. Kaya okay naman. I mean, gastos pa din, pero still, it was lesser.
Mas maganda sa
kasi
kanila.
wala ng tuition. Hindi na natin problema ng tuition. So talagang tinanggal namin yung biggest expense. So in your case, if you cannot do that, but at least find ways pa rin to lesser your expenses. Tapos yun, one expense would be TV. Never naman tayo nagka-TV. We had TV pero we were always just using it for, magpa-play ng movies,
pero
ganyan.
Wala na talaga.
Pero no TV, no cable. So,
cable,
tipid, diba? Tapos yung movies, diba dati addict tayo manood ng mga movies sa theaters pa, ang mahal na, no? So sabi namin, for a time talagang sacrifice lang. And then yung birthday parties, natutunan natin to sa Canada. Sa Canada kasi, ang mga kids parties, pang kids lang. Yeah. Hindi pwede sumama ang yaya, ang nanay, ida-drop off mo lang yung bata, tapos susunduin mo na. Tapos dito sa Pilipinas, hindi naman uso yan. Diba? Lahat ng mga children's parties na pinunta natin sa Jollibee. Hindi, tsaka mas maraming adults kaysa sa bata. Children's parties nga. So parang sabi ko, paano kaya natin to? Diba, dito sa Pilipinas, pag naghanda ka, hindi naman pwedeng hindi mo i-invite yung buong angkan. So talagang laging may ganon. Sabi namin, wag na lang. Parang tiis-tiis talaga. Parang for a time, hayaan mo nang walang handa-handa. You know what we did? Nagpupunta na lang tayo sa charities. Kasi, kunyari sa Jollibee, meron yung 5,000 package with, parang for 30 children already or 30 people. Ilagay mo yan dun sa mga charities. Di napakain mo sila. Tapos children pa talaga. Walang adults, diba? So, masaya na rin. Nilaraos namin yung mga birthdays namin ng gano'n na lang.
We are celebrating it. So, memorable pa rin sa mga anak natin.
Yeah.
Diba? Na we celebrated birthday.
Yes.
Pero yun na nga, double purpose din.
No,
celebration, tapos nakatulong pa tayo sa ating charity.
Yun nga lang, may mga kamag-anak tayo na hindi natin na-invite. Sorry na lang, diba?
Sabihin natin, di ba? Jollibee lang naman, di ba?
Tapos pero, yun, this is yung dining out is our vision.
Yun, vision natin.
Vision namin talaga until now. So, I think, pagbigyan nyo na, hindi ako talaga perfect ang isang relationship. So,
pero hindi naman dining out na every other day. Parang, di ba?
Pero mahilig talaga tayo kumain sa labas. Kaya iyan yung I'm a mama border.
Hello. Alam mo. Grab food.
Ito talaga vision namin. So, ito yung medyo talaga gastos sa amin. Pero for a time, talagang sobrang tipid din kami. Hindi kami nag-dine out. Nung medyo okay na yan, nakakain na ulit sa labas. Ito yung mga tips namin. Know your priorities. So, meaning, talagang in our case at that time, gusto ba namin yumaman o hindi? Gusto ba namin makaipon o hindi? So, nung ginusto na namin talaga, sinet aside na namin talaga yung portion na, okay, ito yung pangyaman. And then needs versus wants. Parang si ate, natutuwa ako that's just a few days ago, si ate meron tinitingnan sa phone. Sabi niya, I want this, but is it a need or a want? She's looking at boots. She wanted to buy boots. Tapos she's asking herself, is it a need or a want? So, of course it's a want because you don't need boots.
Dami niya sa sapatos.
Dami niya sa sapatos. But nakakatuwa lang na
na-influence natin.
Na-influence natin.
At
pero
a young age.
Tayo, natutunan lang natin to in our 40s. Diba? Nung may mga anak na kami. Tapos ito, mga kids namin, probably because of nag-change kami. Kasi pwede magbago, diba? Like I said, ako yung gastador na anak. Dahil nag-iisang anak. Hindi naman dahil sa sobra kang yaman. Pero alam nyo na, walang alam sa ganyan. Sobra akong magastos. As in, one day millionaire ang tawag ng nanay ko sa akin. Kaya nga nung naging financial advisor ako, hindi siya naniniwala, promise. I think hindi lang mama ko pati lahat ng mga kamag-anak ko or lahat ng mga nakakakilala sa akin, hindi sila kasi makapaniwala na.
Si Joy? Yung gastador? Siya lang ba? Tuturuan niya akong mag-save.
Pero guys, talagang pwede magbago ang tao.
Yeah. Especially nag-iba yung sitwasyon mo sa buhay, di ba? Meron kang iba kang mga responsibilities.
Pwede
diba?
magbago.
Pwedeng magbago
40
pero
na, 40 na ako, nagbago na ako. Grabe, talagang, buti na lang, accidental lang, di maniniwala mama ko. Magastos pa rin ako. Kasi naman, nung during that time na nag-financial advisor ako, we were apart, diba? Nandun si mama sa US. Tapos hindi niya alam yung kwento, yung ano natin.
Tsaka hindi na nakita yung transformation.
Yeah, hindi niya na nakita yung transformation. Tapos nung bumalik siya rito, you know, nung dinalaw na natin, o yung mga constant na nagiging conversation natin, medyo nakabawi na tayo. So medyo bumalik na naman yung pagiging gastador. Sabi niya, ganun ka pa rin. No, may slight difference na.
Meron naman there is a line between being gastador or just enjoying your life. Kasi ang hirap naman pag maging
sobrang tipid, tapos hindi mo na in-enjoy yung buhay mo.
Parang
pero
wait.
Masyado na tayo nag-advance. May tinatawag na delayed gratification. Yes. Dinaanan namin yan. And when you say delayed gratification, talagang there were times, since nga gastador ka, diba? Since marunong, sanay ka sa ganong buhay before, tapos biglang nagtitipid ka, biglang nag-iisip ka na ng maayos. Talagang it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice talaga, guys, na hindi ka na manood ng sine. Sacrifice yun. Lalo na for someone na talagang you were used to that. So, there were things talaga na we gave up, but we were used to it. Diba? So pag gano'n, na may give up ka, sacrifice yun. Yung sobra kang magtipid kasi alam mo may goal ka sa sarili mo. Until now, actually, that's what we're doing eh. Yung parang gusto mo kumain sa Shakey's. Misa-bisa nga na namin ng Shakey's. Last na kain natin sa Shakey's siguro prior pandemic pa, no? Nagkabe. I mean, it's just Shakey's. You're thinking it might be mababaw. But what I'm saying is, meron ka na talagang sinasacrifice. Hindi na yun talagang nag-give in ka palagi sa gusto mo. Dahil nga, ngayon, meron ka ng plan.
Yeah, kasi compared before, di ba, pag nadaan tayo, Shakey's, kaya kain tayo, tapos papasok tayo. No?
Yeah, pero parang lagi nating pinagbibigyan nyo sa, parang you're always, di ba, yung pinagbibigyan mo sa sarili mo kasi meron naman. Pero now talagang,
you have to think twice.
Kahit na nga kaya mo na eh, kahit na can afford na, ayaw mo na rin kasi nga, alam mo na yung saan mapupunta yung pera mo. Ayun, tapos get yourself a mentor. Kami nga, meron kami. Like si Brother Bo Sanchez, dun through the emails that is sending to all the members, and then yung mga seminars na na-attendan natin, and syempre meron tayong mga idols na ginagaya natin. So it's really more on getting to like really wanting. I think it's the desire that you really want to do this and yung commitment mo. So yung financial planning, we did this in 2013 kasi nga naging financial advisor na ako. So when we did the financial planning, meron kaming naging guide. And yun yung guide natin, yung financial house, diba? Na we needed to be insured, we needed to have some savings for our retirement, ganyan. Tapos yung ginawa nating discipline is yung in-automate natin. Kung ano man yung mga bayarin ng policies, in-automate natin ng auto-credit, auto-debit, kung pwede salary deduction. We also did that. Yan. Ito yung ginawa namin, yung financial house, plan, build, secure. And ito rin yung tinuturo namin usually pag nagpa-financial talk kami sa mga companies. Kasi ito yung dinaanan natin, no? Yung financial planning. So ngayon, ang gagawin natin is i-share natin yung tip na 10-20-70. Is it there? Okay, out ko na to. So, what is 10-20-70? We learned that from Brother Bo Sanchez. That's his abundance formula. Actually, pwede nyo namang gawin lang muna siya na parang guide lang muna. Pero if you want to have your own formula, pwede rin naman. But what is 10-20-70? 10% goes back to God kasi we believe in tithing. Ako, nakita ko to from my mom. Talagang sineseparate niya lagi yung 10%. Yung nakaseparate talaga yung sa niya, sa bag niya. Na every time na we would go out, nakikita ko naglilimos siya. Kasi may pera siya lagi na pangbigay. Because nga, may 10% siya. So, tapos pag pupunta kami sa simbahan, meron siya lagi, nagagi siya lagi sa simbahan kasi nga, may 10% siya. So, doon ko nakuha yun na, okay, hindi ka mauubusan ng pambigay. kasi nakaseparate na siya. And we experienced that nung kumikita na tayo at saka nung nalaman na natin, no? So from yung 2012 na in-employ na tayo ni Brother Bo, and then 2013 naging Sunday Financial Advisor ako. May time na ang laki ng income, so malaki yung 10%. So since malaki yung 10%, ang dami namin natutulungan. So doon tayo nag-start ng mga charity programs natin. So meron kami every year, ginagawa natin yung
bibili tayo ng regalo para sa mga
gift packs, and then we give them away. Kasi may pambigay ka na. Yung pala yun, sabi ko, okay. Kasi, sweldo mo yun, diba? Pero yung dati, tayo 100% talagang ubos ang sweldo. But then when we started following Brother Bo's abundance formula, 2017, nagkaroon na tayo ng extra. Feeling natin extra, no? But actually, sinasabi, yung iba may mga policy sila about dyan sa 10%. You know what? What makes you happy? Ang importante, you're giving. Okay? And then 20% is for the savings. Yung savings yung sinasabi nila is really more on kung ano yung para sa'yo na for long term or kung ano man. Insurance man yan, mutual fund man yan. Basta dyan mo na siya ilagay. No, dyan mo na ibawas yan, yung 20%. And then yung 70% lang ang pagkakasyahin mo. So, there were times talaga na yung 70% hindi kasya. Right? Pero, that's where you sit down and do your financial planning. Ano yung mga expenses, ano yung pwede nating tanggalin.
Yun ang papasok yung needs, tsaka wants.
Versus wants.
Yung mga yun na.
Yes, yun na. Doon na natin ginawa yun. Tinanggal na natin lahat ng mga pwedeng matanggal. Alam nyo, yung sacrifices na sinasabi namin, pwedeng yung, kunyari, wala tayong washing machine. Dati meron Pero ngayon, sabi ko, parang mas na lang na wala na lang washing machine. Yun yung mga ganon, parang may isip mo ba na ito si Joey maglalaba? Pero hindi ako naglalaba. Ang gagawa namin, papalaba namin. It was something na, personal to you that your family can really sacrifice na without. Yun yung mga gawin ninyo. In our case, madami. Number 1 is no helper. Number 2 is no cable, no TV. Ano pa ba? Yung no more watching movies or yung mga dine-outs na
sunod-sunod.
Now we had to give up. So marami tayong mga ayun. So again, 10-20-70. Yung iba naman, yung kay ate, kwento ko lang, yung in-apply na rin natin to sa mga kids natin, no? Dito kay ate, nakakatawa. Kasi 10-20-70, right? So yung 20% supposedly saving, 70% is for the expenses. However, she still lives with us. She doesn't have a lot of expenses. So ang ginawa namin, switch namin, 70% yung savings, 20% yung expenses niya. Alam nyo, nakakatuwa kasi dun sa 20% ng sweldo niya, ang dami na niyang nabibili and she enjoys. And then kami, hindi namin siya pinapakialaman ano man yung bili niya kasi pera niya. So now she was able to feel na okay, I'm working and then I'm enjoying my hard-earned salary, diba? And then, at the same time, nakakabigay siya ng 70%. So, at the back of her mind, nababayaran namin yung mga policies niya. Alam niya, she feels secured and she feels happy and content. Kasi nagagastos naman niya yung pera niya. Nakakapanlibre siya sa amin, sa mga classmates niya. So, nakakatuwa. Sabi ko, kung alam pala natin to dati, siguro na-enjoy din natin yung earnings natin. Yung earnings kasi natin, minsan, there comes a time na parang it's kulang palagi. And then parang you're always wanting more. Tapos nagreklamo ka and frustrated ka and all those negative feelings. And yet, so hindi ka nagiging grateful na may trabaho ka, number 1. Number 2, kumikita ka, diba? So hindi natin siya na-enjoy talaga fully. Pero nung ginawa namin tong 10-20-70, na-enjoy na namin. And then we see it on our kids. And they're enjoying it as well. Sabi ko, ito siguro yun, no? Parang any amount of money that you have, it's 100%. Lagi, 100%. So, i-divide mo lang siya dun sa percentage na bahala ka. 10, 20, 70 man yan. Gusto mo 50-50, bahala ka talaga. But in our case, we always encourage you to do the 10% typing also. Or at least giving, no? Kasi iba yung joy na nabibigay sa inyo ng giving. In our case, ano yan, it has been proven talaga. What else? Stock market investment. Dito kami nag-start. And I think this is marami na nagtuturo niyan eh. Pero kami talaga dito kami nag-start with Brother Bo Sanchez. I want you to join Truly Rich Club. And kasi dun sa Truly Rich Club, guided kayo eh ng 2080 rule on success. If you have heard of the Pareto principle, 20% is just the mechanics. So opening the account or doing the trading and the selling, right? Buying and selling, right? Pero yung 80%, it's the psychology, it's the behavior towards what you're doing. So what is it for? Why do you want to be rich? Why do you want to open a stock account? So ayun yung behavior natin. Let's say for example, you already have your policies, you already have all those investments. What do you do now? Yung commitment mo, it's part of your behavior. So that's the 80%. And if no one is guiding you about it, alam nyo, magiging greedy kayo about the money. So tayo, ever since, nag-guide na tayo ng tama na, why do you want to become rich? Kasi sabi ni Brother Bo, it's to love others. So, the reason why you want to be rich is because you want to have more and so that you can help more. So, naging tama yung path natin. Yep. Yung iba, and I know this for a fact.
Tsaka sinabi sa atin kasi that sinasabi ni Brother Bo na we are just stewards of money.
Yes.
Kumbaga tayo lang manager ng pera na binibigay, dumadaan sa atin. Kasi,
yung iba, nakita namin na hindi sinabuhay probably yung mga turo ni Brother Bo Sanchez. And naging greedy sila. Parang, marunong na ako ng investing. Marunong na ako ng trading, selling, buying. Marunong na ako niyan. Yung some table, I don't need that. Kasi mas may narinig silang ibang mentor or something. But it's not that. It's actually the behavior. And then, they went into
active
trading and then cryptos, other investments. Tayo talagang never, no? Other investments sila, ganyan. So, parang yung konting pera nila, na hati pa sa kung saan-saan.
Tsaka pero yun nga yung mentality kasi dati 'di ba yung sa atin yung sum table, yung buy mo, sell mo tapos i-keep mo. Sila kasi parang after some time, okay, natutunan nila yung mag-buy, mag-sell, parang nababagalan sila. Akala nila, okay, gusto kong agad-agad na ngayon.
Yeah.
So pumunta sila, nagsugal sila, yun. Ang daming nasunog.
Yes.
Yun. Yun.
Again, it's a behavior.
Behavior rin yun.
It's a behavior. Kaya nga 20% what do you 20-80 rules of them. The 20% is just the mechanics and the 80% is the psychology. And that's always the rule on success. On anything, even in marriage, diba? In marriage also, you do the work, pero meron din yung parang behavioral aspect of that. So in everything. Kaya it's a Pareto principle on success. What else? So yun, stock market, we learned about that. And what else?
Yung multiple sources
of income. Yes. It was taught to us na dapat you will have multiple sources of income. So right now, may kaming rumakit. No, pag may naisip ka, tapos at yung pagkakakitaan yan, sige, go ahead and do that. So, hindi naman namin sinasabi na parang lagi ka dapat ng rumaraket, no? Kasi dapat marunong ka talagang kumilatis ng mga investment opportunities.
Yes. It doesn't mean na dahil rumaraket ka is success lahat ng mga yun.
Yes.
There are times na it's just a learning experience para sa atin. Dami nating natutunan. Halimbawa, yung diba sa Canada, nag-join din tayo sa mga online.
Mga MLM.
Which hindi man successful, pero doon namin natutunan how to build websites, paano
email marketing,
create ng mga advertisement. So, success pa rin kasi meron kami natutunan. Although, hindi nag-pan out na maganda.
Yeah, I think lahat ng trinay natin, I don't consider them as failures.
Yun nga, learning
curves lang
doon.
Talaga siya.
Yes.
So, yung mga sinalihan natin ng mga MLM, I can't say naman talaga na parang, Ngayon nasasabi ko na parang, yeah, sayang lugi. Pero may natutunan ka dun at some point, di ba?
Yeah.
Lahat, ako pinasa ko Mary Kay, meron tayong MLM natin dyan. Herbalife, there's Vita Plus, there's also the,
Tapos
yung
yung
mga codes, scratch code or something. Basta
tapos
ang
meron pa yung
dami
yung
namin
text,
pinasok.
yun, load.
Oh, yeah. Marami talaga. And may mga ang daming learnings din. So, I think ang importante dyan is matuto ka, no? Na hindi yung basta parang sabihin mo, ang pangit naman dyan. No, I don't think na mapangit yung mga MLM na yan. Hindi lang nag-work for you. In our case, hindi talaga siya mag-work kasi alam na namin yung gusto namin and ito yung direction namin. So, dapat focus ka lang din sa whatever you want and what your... Pero meron kang mga side businesses o yung mga multiple streams of income. Yung sinasabi like, for example, passive income, which is stocks. Diba? Nandyan lang siya. And you know that in the future, it's gonna earn naman. So, parang hindi ka actively involved in that, but you have that as one source of income later on. So, yun yung sinasabing multiple sources of income.
Next is life insurance.
Yeah, life insurance. Very important. Pero natutunan na namin yan noong
later part na
2013 when I joined Sun Life. That's it. As in, we knew about insurance. We learned about it in college and also in College of Law. We knew about that, but we did not buy. Even my mom, actually, my mom just bought life insurance because she was offered in the office. But that's it, 100,000 pesos. Yeah. What is 100,000 pesos now? Diba? Pag siya namatay, at nandun pa siya sa US, just wala yun. Barya lang yun. So, when she was offered life insurance, buti kumihan naman siya. At least meron siya, diba? But, yun na nga, parang lack of knowledge talaga. So, even our parents, wala. Mama ko lang meron na ngayon, pero hindi rin talaga ganun maalam sa mga things like this. Pero insurance is very important because now we know na pag tayo biglang nawala, especially if we are the parents and there are financial dependents, mga maliliit na bata, pag bigla kang namatay, paano na yung pamilyang maiiwan mo? So I think that's the beauty of insurance na right now what we have is, kasi no one naman is ready to die. No one is ever ready to die. Pero pag in case it happens, at least yung financial aspect, done na. Hindi mo na iisipin. Iiyak ka na lang kasi namatayan ka. No? So parang iisipin mo na lang na bakit, ba't namatay? Tapos pwede kang magmukmuk, pwede kang lumayo, magtago sa bundok for how many months. Bahala ka, no? At least you can grieve properly. Whereas, kung iniisip po pa yung financial aspect, hindi ka makakaiyak. Kasi isipin mo, saan kukuha ng pambayad ng bills, tuition ng mga bata, yung trabaho ko, mawawala, yung mga ganun. My mom, I remember ito, may insurance naman si Bob, yung kanyang asawa, no, sa US. $10,000 supposedly yung insurance, but we were able only to get $3,000. But yung final expenses niya, sa living pa lang, funeral pa lang yun, is $12,000. So, merong deficit na, how much? $9,000. So, saan kinuha yun ng mama ko? Sa kanyang retirement. So, ngayon, after nung malibing si Bob, she had to work again build up again her retirement money, no? Parang, hindi ko nakita siya na talagang nagningiyak siya. But, of course, you would know naman na pag isang tao namatayan, they needed to grieve, no? So, hindi niya masyadong nagawa yon because nga, she still had to work and everything. Ito naman, noong 2019, you almost lost your life, diba? And I was thinking at that time, sabi ko, if ever man, no, he has insurance and all, kulang pa, yes. So, talagang walang katumbas ang buhay. Kung kukuha ka ng insurance, make sure na talagang hindi naman ganun kababa, no? Kasi wala talagang katumbas ang buhay. Masakit mamatayan. But in his case, so I was thinking at that time, I don't need his insurance. I need him alive. So, pero I was thinking, if ever man it happens, no, talagang nangyari, I would want to just go away to one place na mag-iiyak ka na lang at magmuni-muni, pero hindi mo naiisipin na humarap sa mundo, sa mga tao, at kung ano na pa yung mga sasabihin sa'yo, kukonsult ka at kung ano. No, you don't want to do that. You just want to live and grieve. And sabi ko, yun pala yun. ito pala yung mabibili ng insurance for you na you don't even have to worry about the finances, the financial aspect of death anymore. So if ever it happened, you'd be able to do that. You'd be able to grieve properly.
Kasi nga, life insurance, di ba, we always say life insurance is actually a love insurance. Kasi this is for the benefit of your loved ones na naiiwan. Para naman hindi sila kawawang-kawawa. Nawalan nga ng mahal na sa buhay, tapos mawalan pa ng hanap buhay or source of income.
Yes.
So, kawawang doble yung pasakit yun sa mga maiiwan sa buhay.
And
kaya very important itong life insurance. It's a must. Pag merong umaasa sa iyo sa sweldo mo, sa buhay mo, dapat meron
ka life insurance. You know what, guys? Hindi naman siya mahal. Kanina nga, sabi ko, meron akong mga, ginagawa ng mga proposal ngayon kasi we were offering like the most affordable insurance talaga na hindi naman sayang yung pera nila. Nasa parang 600 pesos. 600 pesos a month. Like really, for 2 million coverage. Mga ganun na. No, parang hindi siya mahal. Kailangan nyo lang talaga makipag-usap sa isang financial advisor na may alam. Hindi yung kung sino-sino lang. It has to be a financial advisor kasi trained yan, well-trained. So yun, kumuha lang kayo ng life insurance. Very important in mag-asawa or may pamilya na may maliliit na anak. Sa dami ng mga namamatay ngayon na kung ano-ano ang reason, huwag nyo nang hintayin na dumating pa yan panahon na wala kayo. At least meron kayo something na makukuha. Pero mas maganda sana kung enough yung makukuha or like more than enough. Like in my case right now, I'm insured for 20M. So, hindi sa, anin naman nila yan. Mas gusto nila buhay yung nanay nila, di ba? Hindi yun eh. But it's the fact na it's there.
Yeah.
Something happens to me, it's there.
Mas maganda nga pag yung husband and wife, early on, meron na silang life insurance. Before pa sila magkapamilya.
Ikaw, sweetheart, kulang pa yung insurance mo. Parang, ayun, yung 20M ko. Parang,
ang kailangan mo, sweet, is mga 200M to 500 range.
Kaso hindi ka na ma-insure. Yan, yung number one, another tip pala is magpa-insure ka habang bata kayo.
Yes.
Hindi naman siya matanda na. He's only 40. He just turned 48. Happy birthday. Uli mo ba? Okay, so the thing is, meron ng mga nararamdaman sakit-sakit. High blood pa. Sa pamilya lahi nila.
Hindi naman high blood.
High
blood ako kumakain ako ng dire-diretso ng sayote, parang gano'n. High blood talaga sayote kayo, ha? Mag-dire-diretso rin yung mga ganyan. Sayote.
No.
High blood yun.
Wait, yung sabihin naman nila kung kaya tayo sayote.
Ha? Nakaka-high blood
wala nga sayote. Hindi, basta takot kasi siya sa injection. So, pag magpapamedical, tapos
may tawag sila doon white coat, lab coat syndrome or lab coat.
Basta pag check up siya, normal naman lahat. Bigla na lang talaga, napasadin, magsushoot up yung BP niya.
Papupunta ako ng
hospital. Sa injection. So ngayon, syempre, pag lumabas yung results, wala, parang elevated lahat. Kaya, pero normal naman. Normal dapat. Yun nga lang, may gano'n na sila. So, dapat habang bata pa kayo, kumuha na kayo ng insurance ng mas malaki-laki para hindi nyo na problemahin yan later on. So, what else?
Yeah.
So again, it's very important. I think yun lang yun no? Get insured, you know how to invest and savings. Alright, so sa financial house natin, yung foundations, by the way, emergency fund, health protection and income protection. Emergency fund, ito yung monthly expenses natin na dapat meron ka dyan mga 3 to 6 months in the bank.
Nakadeposit lang yan.
Andyan lang para in case of emergency. Ano yung mga emergencies? We were able to... so nawala ng work, nagbaha, nasunog, nag-COVID, ganyan. Pero tayo, personal emergency, we experience yung one time may bumato sa salamin, sa sakyan namin, tapos nabasag yung salamin. So yung emergency yun, kasi kailangan palitan. Pero saan mo kunin yun? Wala ka naman agad. So dapat meron ka dyan sa emergency fund mo, pangpalit agad dyan.
Ayan, tatutulo yung bubong. Kailangan, syempre, kailangan
imagine this,
agad sa hardware, bibili ng
we just had this renovated. Parang noong 2021 lang to, tapos, agad mutulo na yung bubong, makakaano lang.
Mga
Maraming,
emergency, mga ganun bang emergency?
you have to have some emergency fund. And then health protection naman, yung mga critical illnesses, kasi may cancer, heart attack, yung mga, what do you call, yung sa brain, aneurysm, yan. So yung mga naririnig natin na it would cost too much.
Millions
yan. Oo,
for
parang yun
treatment.
nangyari sa kanya, wala pa nga yun dun sa mga usually nangyayari sa kanya.
Kakaiba sa
It's a
akin.
bacteria, it's a flesh-eating bacteria that ate part of his stomach. And naku, major pala yun. It's, what do you call it? Necrotizing fasciitis. And if you had CIB, you could have claimed 1 million at that time, no? Kasi wala. So yun, critical illness, health coverage, and then yun na nga, life insurance, because death equals gastos always.
Hindi natin alam kung kailan tayo mamamatay. But sigurado tayong mamamatay tayo.
Yeah. Okay, so again, bago mag-asawa, dapat kilatisin. Alam mo, dapat ang gawin ninyo is siguro ano na lang kayo, meron mga questionnaires, yung about financial literacy questionnaires. Siguro magsagot-sagot kayo ng ganon, and then try to learn more about it bago pa mag-asawa. Kasi nga, pag nag-asawa na kayo, ang hirap pag wala kayong pera. Pagtatalunan nyo yan palagi. Mostly ng mga nagiging away, roots back to the
Finances, financial matters.
or financial lack.
Oh yeah, financial issues.
Financial issues.
Yeah, financial lack, usually.
Yeah.
No? Siguro 99.99% na away about finances is the lack of finances.
Yeah. So again, yung money is not the root of all evil. It's a love of money. That's the root of all evil. Probably it's because naging greedy na, no? So you want more of that, and you don't care about other people anymore, or kaya you don't care about your families because you're too greedy to have more of money. Pero you know what? Money is a tool, and it's neutral. It's neither good nor bad.
It depends how you spend it.
And by the way, it magnifies the values of the person holding that or having that. Kasi kung mabait ka naman, don't be scared to be rich. Don't be scared to ask for riches. Kasi sa mabait na tao, pag na-multiply yung pera na yan, lalo pa yan maraming matutulungan. Pero sa isang masamang tao, yun, dun nakakasama. So, I guess, isipin nyo na lang, money? Yes, okay. Money is good.
Money is good. In the hands of good people.
Desire to have more. Kasi pag konti lang, and tama lang, hindi ka makakatulong masyado sa iba. No? Ako, dito sa amin, parang minsan, sobra kang matulungin masyado. Dami na magte-text sa'yo, no? And you know what? The thing is, when you receive that, when we receive messages like that, you know how we feel. Parang
Sana
in a way, frustrated ka in a way because parang, I hope I have more.
Tsaka mag-wish ka nga.
I wish I have more para I can give. Parang all the time that they ask.
Parang yung mga nangangailangan, hindi mo, ang hirap kasi yung, i-reject or i-deny mo yung
Yes.
Yung request nila. Parang nakakaawa din eh.
You don't want to, pero syempre sometimes you have to. Iba naman yung, another topic yun, no? Parang deeper discussion on either saying no or yes to helping others. May ano rin naman yan.
Psychology yun.
May reason, may psychology, and may about law of attraction discussion on that. Pero, initially, you really want to just help. Lalo na kung talaga matulungin kang tao. So, and you always want to wish, sana marami akong pera para lahat na lang ng tao na nangangailangan, mapagbigyan mo. But then again, we do the 10%, right? So, since we have the 10%, so we have that, at least, may nabubunot kami to be able to give kahit as a portion lang of what they need, no? At least nakatulong pa rin. Pero yun na nga, desire to have more so that you can help more people. Alright?
Okay, so maraming salamat ulit sa pagsubaybay sa aming channel.
I'll do this. So thank you for
Yeah.
watching another episode of It's Time Couple Power. Ayun na naman.
Close mo
I
na
need
yan.
to off. Ayun nga. Tanggalin mo muna yung phone. So hindi ko... Tanggalin mo yung phone mo, I can't. Kulit.